Walter Mondale is the 42nd Vice President of the United States, but he has never forgotten his Minnesota roots.
Many former politicians end up living in or near Washington when they retire, but Mondale lives and continues to work in Minneapolis at age 90.
I was able to spend some time with him last week, and one of the things we talked about was former FBI Director James Comey. Our conversation is a story you will only see on KSFY. Before Walter Mondale was vice president, he represented Minnesota in the United States Senate, and before that, he was Minnesota's state attorney general. So he knows about the fine line that exists between politics and the law.
Prosecutors should stay completely out of the political realm.
Which is why Mondale says he has a real problem with former FBI Director James Comey.
I think he's done a lot of good. I don't want to overlook that. But right in the middle of the most important days of our presidential campaign, and nothing's more important in terms of public decision-making than that, he came out with this question about whether Hillary's records raised some question of guilt.
11 days before the 2016 presidential election, Comey announced the FBI was reopening its investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server and whether classified materials were compromised as a result.
To restart the investigation in a hugely significant way in late October and not talk about it put us on the horns of a dilemma.
Just 2 days before the election, Comey said that new evidence would not lead to any criminal charges. In the year and a half since, Comey has revealed that before the 2016 election, the FBI had started investigating any possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia. But Comey said nothing about that, and Mondale says Comey messed up.
I think the polls show that Hillary slipped 3 or 4 points after that, because the public thought there must be something to it. And he created that problem. And I think it's inexcusable, particularly when also in his files was all that stuff on Trump. He should have done both or neither. And I think the ethics of prosecutorial practice is one that there should be a very hard line between politics and prosecution.
Comey is on record as saying nothing was said about the Trump campaign investigation because at that stage it did not involve the candidate himself. The email investigation involved Hillary Clinton directly.
Not Donald Trump. We were not investigating Donald Trump.
Mondale isn't buying it.
I think he's got a real problem, and he can't answer it either.
And Mondale says because Comey didn't mind the line between politics and the law, the FBI ended up helping a presidential candidate in the waning days of an election.
Because the way it worked out, he tilted toward Trump and maybe elected him.
Our interview with Walter Mondale continues tonight at 10. The former vice president tells me why he is concerned about American foreign policy under President Trump.